Ferris wheel and prize pigs have moved on. The ponies have moved in. Summer meet number 79 at Del Mar, just hours away. And what do you know? Look who's here to talk all about it. A winner of over 4,000 races. We call him the bad boy of the jockey's room, but he's one of the best riders we've ever come to know. Patrick Valenzuela. Patrick, welcome back to KUSI.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks to be here.
First of all, over 4,000 races. We're super in your name now. Patrick Valenzuela, winner of over 4,000 races. Hire an intern and find out what the exact number is. What do you think the exact number is?
I would have to say it's about 4,400, close to that.
So
yeah, close to that area.
All right. So what are you doing right now since the last time we spoke? Since you were wearing the candy striped jacket.
The seersucker suit?
Yeah.
Well, I moved to San Diego in February, and I went to work for a couple of different companies. For Amex Tank Clean Company, Tom O'Connor owns, and it's a very nice company. He gave me a lot of opportunity to learn a lot of things about the tank clean industry. Also, I worked for Turnkey Scaffolding. Mick Reese is he's a jockey in his past, and he gave me an opportunity to work for him as well. And I've learned a lot on the outside world of horse racing, besides horse racing. So. And
yet you look fit as a fiddle. How many pounds are you away from riding weight?
I'm about 10 pounds away from riding, maybe 7. So hopefully
that's one sauna session.
It's about 2 or 3, something like that.
Is there? You're 55 years of age. You've won just about every big race there is to win in the sport, and yet you hear that bugle. Do you want to ride again?
Oh, it's like calling me. It's calling me to the post.
So who do you have to convince to say, okay, he's his license, we should stamp it green?
Well, we're going to hope that the CHRB has a good heart and gives me the opportunity to go back to riding and go back to doing what I do best, making horses run to the best of their ability.
You've experienced the sport at its ultimate highs. You've experienced the lows.
Yes.
I think your story is a pretty powerful one to tell. When you have young jockeys in your presence, what is the message you deliver?
Well, when I come across a new jockey, a younger jockey, and I try to give him the right path to go down first and foremost, and second of all, give him the best opportunity to get the horses to perform, because it's not us jockeys that are making them run. The horses are running. We just need to be the best pilot we can be to stay out of their way and get them to perform to the best of their ability.
So the big story at Del Mar, besides you being here on KUSI, the big story at Del Mar is this horse Justify.
No doubt. Justified.
Have you heard of him?
I heard a little bit about him, just a little bit.
So what is his presence just being at Del Mar? If he never takes the carrot out of his mouth, what does it mean to have that horse in Del Mar?
Well, it means a lot. First of all, you got a Triple Crown winner, who's it's very rare you get that in racing at all these days. And we've had 2 of them in the last 4 years, both trained by Bob Baffert, who's an excellent trainer. And the last one was ridden by Mike Smith, who's a good friend of mine. And I think I said something bad on the air last year about Mike Smith. It wasn't bad, but it was good for Mike Smith.
Yes.
But it was a foul mouth for TV.
That's all right. We have long since forgiven you. Your license is always good with us.
Thank you.
We had Joe Harper on just an hour ago. We were talking about the fact that, kind of the same question, that what is the horse going to run or not at Del Mar? He had this to say.
How can you do any more with a horse that's undefeated Triple Crown winner? That's a headline you're not going to add to. It's an amazing looking horse. I think he's heavy and he's tall and he's big and he's muscular and he's a superstar. These horses that do what he did, they know where the camera is. If you notice when you take his picture, he's right there looking at it. He's a rock star and he knows it, and it'll be great to run him in front of the people.
I believe the 28th of the month, the horse will be on parade at Del Mar. It will be Justified Day.
That would be the best thing for Del Mar, because I mean, you got a Triple Crown winner, and he's a horse that has never been beat. So I mean, just to go out there and see him and take a picture of him would be a blessing for any fan.
Can you speak to that rock star mentality? Horses are more intuitive than people outside the business give credit to.
They are. They're very, very, very. Very smart animals. I mean, like I told you earlier, I mean, our ancestors, I mean, we couldn't do anything without horses. I mean, they pulled the settlers across the plains. They pulled the plow for the farmer. The Pony Express boy delivered the mail on a horse, and he brought the lumber down to make the city. So, I mean, our whole society is dependent on the horse at one time or another. And, if you stole a horse in the old days, you get hung. So, so the horses have been a big part of my world and a big part of everybody's world. So we got to take that in consideration, that horses have not only been a big part of our world, but they're very smart animals.
You try to steal a horse like Justify, you still might get hung.
Oh, you'll get hung, yes, no doubt about it.
So we talked to Bob Baffert about horses' temperament. This was on Monday. I wanted your reaction to how different horses have different temperaments. Take a listen.
He's a handful. He's not like American Pharoah was a nice, kind, sweet, gentle horse. For this guy, he's not mean, but he will, if you stick your arm out there, he will try to taste it. He's got little jaws in him.
Have you ever had a horse try to taste your arm?
You know what? I've never had a horse taste my arm, no, but there's some horses with very aggressive personalities.
The nastiest horse you've ever been on?
The nastiest horse I've ever been on was probably, I think, Sunday Silence pawed Charlie Whittingham in the head, So, I mean, horses are different, Every horse has their own individual personality. Like I said, some are very docile, and like Secretariat. Secretariat, I took a picture with him in Kentucky, and then I wanted to go see Halo, Sunday Silence's sire. And I couldn't even get next to him because he had killed a man and sent 28 people to the hospital. So different horses are different personalities.
You're clear of that one.
Yes.
We've had Triple Crown winners now twice in 4 years. We've gone long stretches without Triple Crown winners. We've had back-to-back Triple Crown winners once. What's better for horse racing, to have that long stretches without a Triple Crown winner or more frequent Triple Crown winners?
Well, I think the frequent ones are probably the best for our industry, the racehorsing industry. But as a fan coming to the races, you watch the Kentucky Derby, you watch a Preakness, and then you wonder, is this going to be the horse that does another Triple Crown? And when they do that, it's a special horse that can do that. Three races in 6 weeks is a tough feat for any horse to win, let alone the best horses in the world.
Especially when that third race, you're racing against fresh horses.
Right. Not only that, this horse justified to be undefeated. I mean, Bob did an excellent job at managing him, and Mike Smith did a very good job riding him. Mike Smith is a very good rider and a very good person.
And he's built like a...
I don't know. He's built.
All right. When you hear that bugle sound, does it warm your heart, or does it fill your heart with regret about the races you didn't get to race because of mistakes you might have made?
You know what? I don't regret any of my past. I can't live in the past. I can only live in the present and the future. And you know what? I get goosebumps when I hear the bugle. I love racing. I would do anything like I do. I come down here. I try to be an ambassador for racing, and that's my job as a horseman. That's what I do.
All right. We pulled this bit of video off of YouTube. We've asked you this question before. What's it like to have 1,000 pounds of dynamite between your legs? Tell us about what we're looking at here.
We got Joel Rosario's on the horse right here. He's got the favorite. And you'll see me coming up on the outside. As you see, the jockey's going to work left and right, whipping. I'm going to work on my horse on the outside. It was named Silver Squaw. My brother, A.C. Valenzuela, trained the horse. It was my cousin's name at the time. But my brother trained that horse and got me on him. And this first time I ever won for my brother, and it was a very special day.
So you can actually converse, like in Seabiscuit, the movie. You can actually talk to one another.
Oh, yeah, we sit on horses and talk.
Is there trash talking going on?
Oh, yeah. You go in there in this race. I mean, you try to get in their head. I do it before the race, in the race, and after the race. If I win, of course.
So, I mean, but because all I can hear is the hooves.
Yeah, you hear the hooves. You hear a lot of the crowd. And, I mean, when you get right close to the wire, you can hear the crowd a little bit. You can hear Trevor's voice, but you hear the horse is breathing. You become one with that animal and get that horse to perform the best of his ability.
All right,
and that's what we do.
At 5 o'clock hour, we were talking about Flavian Pratt, who is, I believe, the defending jockey of the meet.
Yes.
And he was a co-jockey of the meet 2 years prior. So he's good, the Frenchman.
He's very good.
What makes him so good?
He gets along with horses well. He puts them in the right spot. And he's just a good rider. I mean, he's a very good rider, And I think he's one of the best out there right now. I mean...
All right, so we've hired you to be our Del Mar meet correspondent. We just struck a deal.
Yes, we did.
We're working on the finances of it, but you're going to go take us behind the track, right?
We're going to do that this season.
All right, well, what goes on back there? That's so cool.
Well, it's going back there. We're going to have a picnic for the backside workers. We're going to have a lot of activities back there for the people that work at the racetrack. And we're going to get the public to try to understand what goes on at the racetrack, at the dark days, and sometimes during the race days. I mean, Pacific Classic Day, you'll be there, I'll be there. We'll talk some more.
People say, there are always animal rights people who are concerned about the animals and how they're treated. 98.9% are treated with...
They live better than us, Paul. I mean, these horses live a lot better than us. They're taken care of on a daily basis. I mean, I would love to be a racehorse, and they're bred to run. They love to run. And it's a blessing to be in the thoroughbred industry, and it's a blessing to be here with you, Paul. Thank you, my brother.
All right, so concludes our conversation. We burned 10 minutes pretty quickly.
And stay classy, San Diego.
Tonight on the ASR, Little League and Pony League action. Maddie Sinclair will take us to Legion Baseball. We also have the All-Star Game coming up, so we'll have highlights from that tonight on the 10:45 All Sports Report.